If you're insubordinate of me, Lawrence, I shall put you under arrest.
It's my manner, sir.
Your what?
My manner, sir. It looks insubordinate, but it isn't really.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're breaking down human history from our earliest days to the heightened tensions of the 21st century in 10 movies. Sure, these films may not be 100% historically accurate, but they serve as thrilling introductions to humanity's most pivotal moments.
I didn't do enough.
You did so much.
Quest for Fire. Long before written words, before cities, before even a spoken language as we understand it, humanity faced its most fundamental struggle: survival. This audacious cinematic endeavor takes us back a staggering 80,000 years, plunging us into the Stone Age, a period so remote that historical records are non-existent, replaced instead by anthropological speculation and archaeological discovery. The film is a masterclass in silent storytelling, following a tribe of Ulam hominids who lose their precious, life-sustaining fire after a brutal attack. Their quest to find or reignite this vital element becomes an odyssey, not just across treacherous landscapes filled with saber-toothed tigers and Neanderthal rivals, but also through the very nascent stages of human ingenuity and cooperation. The characters grunt, gesture, and express emotions through body language, forcing us to imagine the earliest forms of social interaction and learning. It highlights the profound significance of a single technological leap, the mastery of fire, for warmth, cooking, protection, and forging tools. It's a stark, visceral reminder of our earliest ancestors' precarious existence, the constant threat of nature, and the sheer tenacity required to progress. This isn't simply a movie about fire, it's a profound meditation on the very spark of human civilization, showcasing the ingenuity, violence, and nascent tenderness that defined our species' infancy. It forces us to confront the foundational elements of what it means to be human, even before we had a name for it.
Now cross! Trimagium is Ulam cross just now.
The Ten Commandments.
As many of you know, the Holy Bible omits some 30 years of Moses' life. From the time he was a 3-month-old baby and was found in the bulrushes by Bithia, the daughter of Pharaoh, and adopted into the court of Egypt.
From the primordial grunts of early man, we fast forward millennia to the opulent yet oppressive grandeur of ancient Egypt, a civilization that laid the groundwork for future empires and religious thought. Director Cecil B. DeMille's monumental epic doesn't merely tell a story, it reconstructs a foundational myth, depicting the biblical narrative of Moses and the Exodus with a scale and spectacle that remains unmatched. This cinematic colossus delves into the very birth of monotheism and the radical concept of liberation from tyranny, themes that have resonated through every subsequent era of human history.
If your God is almighty, why does he leave you in bondage?
He will choose the hour of our freedom, and the man who will deliver us.
Lord Prince, this man speaks treason.
It is not treason to want freedom. Release him.
What elevates this movie beyond simple religious storytelling is its breathtaking recreation of ancient life and monumental architecture. From the colossal pyramids being constructed by thousands of slaves to the lavish court of Pharaoh, every frame is meticulously designed to immerse the viewer in a world of stark contrast between absolute power and utter subjugation.
God of Abraham, 400 years we have waited.
Pharaoh's soldiers won't wait so long.
The Almighty has heard our cries from bondage. You are the chosen one.
I know nothing of your God.
He knows you, Moses. He has brought you to us. You cannot turn your back upon us.
The film masterfully illustrates the struggle for self-determination against insurmountable odds, portraying the 10 plagues and the parting of the Red Sea not as unequivocal miracles, but as pivotal moments that forged a nation and a faith. This enduring classic remains a powerful testament to humanity's eternal quest for freedom and the profound impact of spiritual awakening on the course of civilizations.
Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Spartacus.
Slaves, you have arrived at the gladiatorial school of Lentulus Batiatus. Here you will be trained by experts to fight in pairs to the death. Obviously, you won't be required to fight to the death here. That'll only be after you've been sold. And then for ladies and gentlemen of quality, those who appreciate a fine kill.
If ancient Egypt represented the cradle of civilization and the dawn of law, then ancient Rome perfected the art of empire building, constructing a vast, sophisticated, yet brutally stratified society across swaths of Europe, Africa, and Asia. Stanley Kubrick's Spartacus rips open the glorious facade of the Roman Republic to expose its dark, bloody underbelly, the dehumanizing institution of slavery, and the ferocious spectacle of the gladiatorial arena.
Always remember, go for the red first, because if you don't, your opponent will. In the blue, you get a cripple. Here, 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 here. Second rule, go for the cripple before the slow kill.
This film isn't just about a historical figure. It's a searing indictment of unchecked power and a timeless ode to the universal, unyielding yearning for freedom, even in the face of insurmountable odds. It plunges us into 73 BC, a period of immense Roman expansion and the burgeoning seeds of imperial change, where the lives of millions were deemed less valuable than livestock.
Spartacus, there's going to be a fight to the death.
To the death?
How do you know? I heard Marcellus tell one of his guards.
Who fights?
I don't know.
To the death. What if they matched you and me?
The narrative follows Spartacus, a Thracian slave sold into gladiatorial training, as he ignites the largest slave uprising in Roman history. The film vividly portrays the ruthless efficiency of Roman governance, the opulent decadence of its patrician class, and the sheer brutality meted out to those at the bottom of its social hierarchy.
I find it very difficult to hate, but there's one man I can't think of without fuming.
Who's that?
Crassus.
You've grown very ambitious in your hatred.
Don't you blame me. There I was, better than a millionaire in the morning, penniless refugee by nightfall, with nothing but these rags and my poor flesh to call my own. And all because Crassus decides to break his journey at Capua with a couple of capricious, overpainted nymphs.
From the confined, brutal training camps to the epic, sprawling battlefields where thousands clash, Kubrick masterfully captures the scale and savagery of ancient warfare. Spartacus dissects the Roman notion of civilization by highlighting the barbarism upon which it was built, demonstrating how even the most formidable empires can be shaken by the collective will of the oppressed.
I'm Spartacus!
I'm Spartacus!
I'm Spartacus!
I'm Spartacus!
Kingdom of Heaven.
I have 100 men-at-arms in Jerusalem. If you will come with me, you will have a living, and you will have my thanks. There it is.
Whoever you are, my lord, my place is here.
What made it your place is now dead.
Moving past the fall of Rome, we arrive at a period of profound cultural and religious collision, the Crusades. Ridley Scott's Kingdom of Heaven offers an incredibly nuanced and gritty portrayal of the volatile Holy Land in the 12th century.
So, how find you Jerusalem?
God does not speak to me. Not even on the hill where Christ died. I am outside God's grace.
I have not heard that.
At any rate, it seems I have lost my religion.
The film transports us to Jerusalem on the eve of its fall to Saladin's forces in 1187, a time when Crusader kingdoms, established a century earlier, were facing existential threats and internal divisions. It's a period where religious zealotry, geopolitical maneuvering, and the raw desire for land and power intertwined in devastating ways.
I cannot protect your caravans unless you agree to be escorted by our soldiers.
I trade to make money, not to offend God by associating with Christians.
But you will take Christian gold.
Gold is gold.
Of course.
The narrative centers on Balian of Ibelin, a French blacksmith who journeys to Jerusalem and finds himself thrust into the complex politics of a city teetering on the brink. Orlando Bloom's Balian embodies a humanist perspective amidst a maelstrom of religious fervor, striving for peace and tolerance in a land consumed by holy war.
Jerusalem has no need of a perfect knight.
No. It is a kingdom of conscience, or nothing.
The film brilliantly captures the multicultural vibrancy of Jerusalem before its siege, showcasing the uneasy coexistence of Christians, Muslims, and Jewish people under King Baldwin IV's fragile peace.
The Saracens say that this disease is God's vengeance against the vanity of our kingdom. As wretched as I am, these Arabs believe that the chastisement that awaits me in hell is far more severe and lasting. If that's true, I call it unfair.
Crucially, it doesn't shy away from depicting the hypocrisy and corruption within the Crusader ranks, contrasting it with the honorable and strategic leadership of Saladin. It highlights the devastating human cost of conflict and the moral dilemmas faced by leaders and soldiers alike. Kingdom of Heaven stands out for its effort to present a balanced historical perspective, acknowledging the complexities and motivations on both sides.
If this is the kingdom of heaven, let God do with it as he wills.
Amadeus.
I think that went off remarkably well, don't you? Indeed. These Viennese certainly know good music when they hear it, don't you think?
Certainly. Your Grace?
Ah, Mozart. Why?
Why what, sir?
As the Middle Ages gave way to the dawn of modernity, a new force began to shape civilization, the Enlightenment. Ideas of reason, science, and human creativity swept across Europe, transforming art, politics, and cultures alike. Milos Forman's Amadeus captures this world not through kings and generals, but through music, the universal language of genius and envy.
I think it's an interesting notion to keep Mozart in Vienna, Majesty. It should really infuriate the Archbishop beyond measure, if that is your Majesty's intention.
You are cattivo, court composer. I want to meet this young man. Chamberlain, arrange a pleasant welcome for him.
Set in 18th century Vienna, the film dramatizes the life of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, filtered through the jealous eyes of court composer Antonio Salieri. In doing so, it illustrates not only the brilliance of Mozart's compositions, but the profound tension between divine inspiration and human frailty at a turning point in Western civilizations.
Tell us the story.
Well, it's quite amusing, Majesty. It's set. The whole thing is set in
Yes. Where?
In a harem, Majesty.
Tom Hulce's Mozart is manic, vulgar, and dazzling, while F. Murray Abraham delivers an Oscar-winning performance as Salieri, a man tortured by the proximity of genius he can recognize, but never equal. Candlelit courts, lavish costumes, and soaring symphonies make the Habsburg world feel both decadent and alive, while the soundtrack itself becomes a character, embodying the Enlightenment's promise of beauty and order.
He had simply written down music already finished in his head. Page after page of it, as if he were just taking dictation. And music. Finished as no music is ever finished.
More than a biopic, Amadeus stands as an indispensable cultural document, representing the triumph of art and intellect on the eve of revolutions that would reshape nations. It's the Enlightenment rendered unforgettable on film.
I tell you, you are the greatest composer known to me.
Do you mean it?
The Last of the Mohicans.
While we're at your fort, what if the French attack our homes? What then, Lieutenant? For your homes, for king, for country. That's why you men ought to join this fight.
You do what you want with your own skull. Do not be telling us what we ought to do with ours.
You call yourself a patriot and loyal subject to the crown.
Do not call myself subject to much at all.
Yet, even as Enlightenment ideals flourished in Europe's concert halls and salons, across the Atlantic, those same powers clashed violently in the New World, where colonial ambition and indigenous resistance would shape the fate of a continent. Michael Mann's The Last of the Mohicans is a breathtaking and often brutal immersion into the North American theater of the 7 Years' War, which fundamentally reshaped colonial power dynamics and set the stage for the American Revolution. The year is 1757. and the vast, dangerous frontier is a melting pot of European imperial ambitions, indigenous tribal loyalties, and the rugged individualism of colonial settlers, all clashing in a bloody struggle for survival and dominance.
This Magua led us into it. 18 killed. These men came to our aid. They guided us here.
Thank you. Do you need anything?
Help ourselves to a few horns from your powder stores. Use some food.
Indebted to you.
At its heart is Hawkeye, played by Oscar winner Daniel Day-Lewis. He's a white frontiersman adopted by the Mohican chief, Chingachgook, and his son, Uncas, embodying an identity that's caught between two worlds. Through their eyes, we witness the complex loyalties and devastating consequences of European warfare on Native American tribes.
Is the hatchet buried between the English and my French father?
Yes.
Not a warrior has a scalp, and the white men become friends.
My master owned these lands, and I have been ordered to drive off the English squatters. They have consented to go. So now I call them enemies no longer.
Mann's direction masterfully captures the breathtaking beauty and unforgiving cruelty of the American frontier, where every rustle of leaves could signal life or death. The action sequences are visceral and exhilarating, showcasing the distinct styles of frontier combat, from musket volleys to brutal hand-to-hand engagements, emphasizing stealth, survival skills, and the deadly efficiency of Native American warriors. It's a powerful elegy for a vanishing way of life, and a stark reminder of the violent and complex origins of a new nation.
You've done everything you can do! Save yourself! If the worst happens...
You stay alive! If they don't kill you, they'll take you north up to Huron land. You submit, you hear? You're strong! You survive! You stay alive no matter what occurs!
Glory.
We will offer pride and dignity to those who have known only degradation.
The fires of colonial conflict eventually gave way to the forge of a nation, but that nation was fractured, leading to its most brutal and transformative internal struggle, the American Civil War. Glory stands as a monumental and absolutely essential film for understanding this pivotal period, not through the lens of generals and politicians, but through the eyes of the unsung heroes of the 54th Massachusetts Volunteer Infantry, one of the first all-black regiments in the Union Army.
The men need shoes, Colonel.
Yes, I know. I've been after the quartermaster for some time now.
No, sir. Now. The boy was off trying to find himself some shoes, Colonel. He wants to fight. Same as the rest of us.
This film confronts the very hypocrisy at the heart of the conflict, a war fought for freedom that initially denied true liberty and equality to the very people it was supposed to liberate. It's a powerful testament to courage, dignity, and the profound moral stakes of America's defining conflict in the 1860s.
Mr. Rollins, this regiment was formed with the promise that only white officers would be commissioned to lead it. Nothing was mentioned, however, about non-commissioned officers. Therefore, in recognition of initiative taken not only for yourself, but on behalf of the entire regiment, you are hereby awarded the rank of Sergeant Major.
The film vividly portrays the systemic racism and prejudice faced by these men, not only from their Confederate enemies, but also from within their own Union ranks. They fought not only against the enemy, but also for the right to fight, for their humanity, and for the recognition of their sacrifice.
Let me tell you something, boy. You can march like the white man, you can talk like him, you can learn his songs, you can even wear his suits, but you ain't never gonna be nothing to him but an ugly-ass chimp in a blue suit. Oh, you don't like that, do you? No.
The climactic assault on Fort Wagner is a harrowing and unforgettable depiction of the sheer brutality of Civil War combat, presented with unflinching realism. Glory shines a much-needed spotlight on the integral role of black soldiers in turning the tide of the war and laying foundational groundwork for the long, arduous fight for civil rights that would follow.
If tomorrow is our great getting up morning, if tomorrow we have to meet the judgment day, Heavenly Father, we want you to let our folks know that we died facing the enemy. We want them to know that we went down standing up. Yes, Lord.
Lawrence of Arabia.
Who are you? Lieutenant Lawrence, sir. Seconded to the Arab Bureau.
This is a bloody mess, sir. We'll have to move south.
Yes, yes, Colonel. 50 miles south. You were right and I was wrong. We must take some thought for the wounded.
Well, we can take care of them at Yenbo, sir.
If they can get to Yenbo.
As the wartime drumbeats of the 19th century faded, a new globalized conflict erupted, forever altering the world map and setting the stage for the modern geopolitical landscape. Influential filmmaker David Lean created a sweeping epic. Lawrence is a vivid canvas that masterfully captures the intrigue of World War I in the Arabian Peninsula.
What do you think about Yenbo?
I think it is far from Damascus. We'll have you in Damascus, and never fear.
Have you been in Damascus, Mr. Lawrence?
Yes, my lord.
It is beautiful, is it not?
It delves into the enigmatic figure of T.E. Lawrence and his pivotal but controversial role in the Arab revolt against the Ottoman Empire, all while illustrating the machinations of colonial powers, carving up a region whose repercussions are still felt today. It's 1916, and the old world order is crumbling, giving way to new nationalisms and unprecedented global conflict.
Do we rest here?
There is no rest now short of water, Orans. On the other side of that.
And how much of that is there?
I'm not sure. But however much, it must be crossed before tomorrow's sun gets up. This is the sun's anvil.
Multiple Oscar nominee Peter O'Toole's portrayal of Lawrence is a study in charisma and ambition. The film follows his transformation from a quirky British officer to a revered leader among the disparate Arab tribes, uniting them against their Turkish oppressors.
Trouble me like women.
Friends, we have been foolish. Auda will not come to Aqaba.
No.
For money?
No.
For Faisal?
No.
Nor to drive away the Turks. He will come because it is his pleasure.
The film brilliantly dissects the clash of cultures, the intricate web of tribal loyalties, and the cynical realpolitik of the British and French empires. Lawrence of Arabia is a profound exploration of identity, loyalty, the corrosive nature of power, and the birth of modern nation-states in a region whose borders were drawn in distant European capitals, making it an indispensable cinematic document of the 20th century's foundational geopolitical shifts.
Look, Ali. If any of your Bedouin arrived in Cairo and said, "We've taken Aqaba," the generals would laugh.
I see. In Cairo, you will put off these funny clothes. You will wear trousers and tell stories of our quaintness, barbarity. And then they will believe you.
Schindler's List.
There's a company you did the books for on Lipovitz Street. Made what? Pots and pans?
By law, I have to tell you, sir, I'm a Jew.
Well, I'm a German, so there we are. A good company, you think?
Modestly successful.
From the strategic maneuvering and nationalist aspirations of the early 20th century, humanity descended into its darkest hour, World War II, and in turn, the Holocaust. Steven Spielberg's magnum opus forces viewers to confront the systematic dehumanization and mass murder of 6 million Jewish people, a sobering reminder of what happens when hatred and apathy are stoked and left to fester unchecked. Spielberg's film transports us directly into the machinery of genocide, from the ghettos to the concentration camps.
You need to understand that some of the officers here don't give a damn about production. To them, it's a matter of national priority that Jews be made to shovel snow. It's got nothing to do with reality, Oscar. You know it, and I know it. Jews shoveling snow. It's got a ritual significance.
Shot predominantly in stark black and white, the film's visual style lends it the haunting quality of a historical document, intensifying the emotional impact. It tells the incredible true story of Oskar Schindler, a German industrialist and opportunist who, initially motivated by profit, gradually undergoes a profound moral awakening.
Why don't you keep this someplace? Go on, take it.
I get extra food here.
Well, if you don't want to eat it, trade it. I'll give it to Lisek. Why not build yourself up?
He uses his factory as a means to protect over 1,000 Jewish workers from extermination. The film unflinchingly depicts the brutal realities of life under Nazi rule, from the horrific liquidation of the Krakow ghetto to the casual sadism of Commandant Amon Gut, chillingly played by an Oscar-nominated Ralph Fiennes.
You know, I look at you. I watch you. You're not drunk. Yeah, that's real control. Control is power. That's power.
Schindler's List is a harrowing meditation on the banality of evil, the resilience of the human spirit, and the moral imperative to never forget. It stands as a timeless cautionary tale, urging us to recognize the fragility of civilization and the eternal importance of individual action against collective inhumanity.
It's Hebrew from the Talmud. It says, whoever saves one life saves the world entire.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Zero Dark 30.
A farmer on the Afghan border near Tor Bora reports a diamond-shaped pattern in the hills, tall male in the center of the diamond flanked by 4 guards, consistent with UBL's movements.
It's supposed to be his royal guard.
No, that's pre-9/11 behavior. We have no reason to believe he's changed security tactics.
We invaded Afghanistan, that's a reason.
After the horrors and subsequent political tensions of the 20th century, the world believed it had entered an era of relative peace, only to be violently shaken by a new, insidious form of warfare. This pulse-pounding thriller rips us from the past and plunges us into the immediate, visceral reality of contemporary history. The relentless, decade-long hunt for Osama bin Laden in the aftermath of the September 11, 2001 attacks on New York City. It reflects the defining conflict of the early 21st century, showing how the world shifted on its axis and the complex, often morally gray efforts undertaken to respond.
20 detainees recognize that photo of Abu Ahmed. They say he's part of an inner circle of guys that was hanging out in Afghanistan pre-9/11. A lot of them say that after 9/11, he went to work for KSM. When KSM was captured, he went to work for Abu Faraj, primarily as a courier from Faraj to bin Laden.
Oscar-winning director Kathryn Bigelow masterfully depicts the stark realities of the war on terror, from controversial interrogation techniques to the alarming precision of drone strikes. The film pulls no punches in showing the human cost and the psychological toll on those involved in this protracted struggle.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna smoke everybody involved in this up. And then I'm gonna kill bin Laden.
Its stark realism and documentary-style approach make us feel every setback, every breakthrough, and the cascading pressure faced by intelligence operatives. The climactic raid on bin Laden's compound is executed with nail-biting suspense and surgical precision, culminating in an almost unsettling sense of finality. A vital historical document of our time, Zero Dark 30 details the mechanics of a specific mission, exploring the moral landscape of a global conflict that continues to shape politics, security, and human rights.
I'm not saying we're going to do it, but the president wants to know if we were going to act, how would we do it? Give us options.
Which film in our video do you think is the most accurate? Are there any movies or historical events we missed? Be sure to let us know in the comments below.